Welcome everybody. Wow, big moves. Very big moves. We've done another 100 points during Asian session, and now we've just gone bang straight off the 100 level. I wasn't watching this, but mate, that's a great trade to be putting in there. But that came down so aggressive. That moved 50 points within a couple of minutes. That's huge, right, for Asian session. Then it's completely turned around. So, what do we call this? I'm sure most of us would already know this, the experienced guys will. That's a V-shaped reversal, okay? We've touched a VWAP, we've gone straight through it, okay? And this is all pre-open, okay? So just understand the level of volatility right now is pretty big, and we know why that's happening. We're in the middle of October. October is that time of the year, yeah. So we all know that we've just come out of that government shutdown crisis. If we look at DXY, that is just on an upward trajectory. Okay, let me actually move this over to here. Upward trajectory. Okay, so just for FYI for everybody, I'm short CAD yen. You guys already know that. I've got that all over the swing traders section of Discord. I did have my target down here, but I've extended it down to this next level because that looks pretty aggressive to me. If you go over to the dollar yen, okay, which it's counter to, where we are also right up in here, okay, but this looks very aggressive to the upside. So as that keeps going up with that level of aggression, that CAD yen will come down, okay. We do have dollar yen, which is still all the way up there. That's hitting that 150 level though, so that looks like it may pull back just based on the level, but certainly this one here is the one to be watching out for on swing side of things, okay. This level in here, which is the 50, 150, 60, 70 level up in here, SR, okay. So may want to keep going up into there. Did gap up this morning though, that's interesting. Oh no, that's the weekly, sorry, my mistake. Yep, still a little bit of gap in there, yesterday because that was a Monday. So, but anyway, so that's potentially going to go up, but it may stop at 150 first for a little bit of a breather, which will help my case as well on the CAD yen. Okay. Anyway, next DXY. Look at it. It's just absolute rocket, right? So this is rocketing up. That means sterling US is down, euro US is down. Anything that's US strength. That's all it's saying. Okay, so we're in that territory where we can possibly get continuations and runs and etc. Okay, and this it's evident across the board. So back on the DAX, this 100 level is psychological level. It's pretty big. Let me just go back to this one. Oh, just before we go back to the DAX, I just want to quickly let's go back here, and I'll go back to that XU trade that I pointed out yesterday. I just want to show you that it did what I was expecting it to. So yesterday I called it round about here at 45. 47, where I thinking it was going to go back to 1800. I think over the next day or so it will hit the 1800 mark, okay, because obviously XU, it's just a representation of the US dollar as well. So this is DXY in reverse basically. All right, so this may come back down into here, but you will start getting buyers around the 10 into 1800 level, okay. Alrighty, next, let's go back. right? So we have broken the, we've pretty much come down from 200 to 100 back to 200 in the space of 8-9 hours, which is enormous. Okay, so let's keep an eye on this 4 hour. Okay, this was all just yesterday, just slammed it straight back down. Okay, 400 point move in a day. So yeah, it's pretty big. Okay, let's keep an eye on what's going on with this 4 hour candle. Okay, that is a wick in there. It has attempted to move past it. I don't know whether it's going to move past it. I'm skeptical that it will come down to hit 15,000 right now. I think we might come back up into 250 before anything happens. It did attempt to go short off this SR in here. Okay, there's SR there, did attempt, but just got slammed. Attempted at the VWAP, got slammed. And then, this is just an upward trajectory, isn't it? So it might come back a little bit, but I think we're looking at 200 to 220 at least for in the next hour. Mind you, I could be wrong. We'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. But that little wick in there, that looks looking good for a reversal, but the candle's not over yet. Okay, we just got to make sure that we understand that that's not a finished candle, but overall we are on the downside. But this is like this from here, yesterday's double bottom from Thursday back up into this SR at 470. That shows that there is potential for buyers. Okay, it's not just all the way down, right? We have had buyers in there before, so we could argue that this is now creating divergence if we place the RSI on there. Okay, let's just do it for entertainment's sake. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so if this does turn over, this will be fairly significant divergence. Okay, we may see a little bit of retrace back up into 400, mainly 400, but just for day trading purposes now, let's just keep an eye on 220, because we've got this 200 period moving average on the 5-minute chart just sitting here. Okay, let's just out of curiosity's sake, I'm just going to pull some fibs here from yesterday to today. Okay, so there's the 382 around about 240 level. Let's just do it over the whole thing and let's have a look. Yeah, 250 is 382 on the whole leg, depending on what school you come from. Most traders, I would believe, would be doing that. If you're Carolyn Baroden, you'd be doing both and having a look and see if you can find a cluster. These two tops are reasonably close together with volatility taken into consideration. So, somewhere around here. But we are at the 236s at the moment. So let's just... we may get some, resistance in here. Maybe some resistance at the 200 handle. If it does get to 200, I will be looking at that pretty closely. Depends on how quickly it gets into it. If it gets into it too quickly, I might just leave it, because obviously we're in volatility territory and we don't want to stand in front of freight trains. Okay. Additionally, I'm reducing because I know that there's high volatility, I've reduced my size. Okay, I usually trade 25 lots. I'll probably be looking at half or quarter that at this point in time. Okay, because we will potentially get overrun. And if you've got tight stops, they'll get slammed pretty quick. Pete, you onto that? You listening to me?
Yeah, I hear you.
And this is probably why you got knocked a couple of times, because we haven't got volatility in consideration. So looking at this 100 points down, 100 points or 80 points up in the space of 8 or 9 hours, that's scary. Okay, so widen stops, reduce size. Okay. See, I mean, look at this now. We're at VWAP. I'm not sure whether this is a retest of VWAP to the upside or it's just overrun it a little bit. Okay. I can't answer that right now. If you do want to, that is a buy in there traditionally, but I'm not going to do it just at this point in time because we do have the 100 period moving average and this around here, and backed up by what I've just said about volatility. Okay, case in point right there. Okay, so if you were in there 78 and you've got a 10-point stop, right? Yeah, you're close to being stopped on it. Yep. But this again here right now this is FT50. Yeah, so you probably, definitely you'd be standing in front of freight trains on that. Okay, so we've got to say now these two SR zones, it's a zone. Okay, zone 10, 15-point stops. Give it some breathing room either side. Okay. All right. Any questions?
We've got that holiday today as well.
Yeah, there is a holiday in. Look over here. I just forgot to mention this here. This is why we're pulling back pretty hard. Okay, there's FT50 on the 15-minute chart. Okay, so that's that. Yes, there's a holiday in Germany today. Okay, which means that the Germans, I don't know whether they trade or not. It's a Tuesday, so it seems a bit odd to me. But I guess the German holiday today, so they're all on a public holiday. So they've probably been going all weekend. Most of them took Monday off. So, but we still had this huge movement on Monday. So whether it is going to reduce volume, don't know. Let's just see. But just keep it in the back of your mind. Usually if there's a US holiday, then that's probably more significant. But, we're talking about Europe here, okay? So you've still got all the French, you've still got all the UK, you've still got all of the heaps of other people that don't have the holiday in Europe, okay? What was the other question? Somebody else was going to ask me something.
I'm not sure, it wasn't me.
All right, 10 minutes, 9 minutes to go.
I'm just looking at that gold chart. That 1800 buy looks pretty strong. Or 18.
Yeah, I've got a limit order at 1803 to buy it. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, so, and what will you look for, like 1850 or something? Or
no, it's just a scalp. So I've got three lots of 3XAU, so that's quite big. So I'll probably look for $10 or $15.
Yeah.
But I'm 6 lots short CAD yen at the moment. So this 15-minute chart here will trump anything long here, I would say, because we are at that VWAP cluster, 100 MA 5 minute and this 50 MA on 15 minute. And it's the 236 on the fib. So it's good convergence for shorts. For the new guys that are in the room, when this opens, because we are on a high volatility, it can whip around pretty bad. So what we'll do is we might just, well, if the first candle or so stop closes with strength, then I might take it, but typically we might just let it run it, shake itself out. Okay, so for everybody else, I've put a poll in general trade. Can everybody just answer that question in there that I've got in general trade discussion? Also, Aussie news rates were unchanged. As I pointed out yesterday, my prediction was an unchanged as well. Because of the AU inflation numbers don't come out until the end of October, so I don't, Australians are hurting enough as it is. They don't need another rate rise. Okay, so if you do say yes, you're committing to coming and viewing it.
Are you just talking about the swing strategy?
I'm talking about what I'm talking about in here. The why, all of this stuff that I've been taking recently. It's like this CJ, okay? It will be recorded for those who can't make it, but I do prefer to have an audience there because I seem to, I do better when I bounce off people, okay? This may run straight into 200, I reckon. Looks pretty strong to the upside, this thing. It might ignore this 15 minute.
Another 20 points to go to close the gap from today.
Yep, another 20 for the gap close, yep. Okay. Thanks for that. This 50 on the 15 minute chart might just get completely ignored. Don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, Tommy. Also, I don't want to tell you that now, but I asked Tom Hugard to do a podcast with me. So I'm just waiting for him to respond to me. Don't know whether he will or not.
That'd be cool.
Sure would be, but I don't know whether he's, likely to do it because, I might be just too small fish for him. Don't know. We'll see. If not, I'll just start crying. Make him feel guilty. But for all the guys out there, highly recommend that you read his book. That's it there. Okay. Best loser wins. It's in the to find it, it's in the members area for anybody who was looking for it. So that's there. Okay. Just about to open. Yep, it's going to get pretty whippy, I reckon. See it all frozen up, as per expected, as it usually does. So that this candle here just opened up from 185 down to 60, down to even further. Look at that. 57. That's pretty wild, mate. So that was a convergence point there, kind of the 382 plus.
Yeah, I took it there.
Sorry?
I went long there.
Yeah, so did I. God.
I got it right up point.
I got in about here because I was a bit late. So,
I had my entry just in front of the 200 MA.
did you?
I picked up to the point.
Beautiful. Are you out of it yet, or are you holding it?
I'm just going to go just above the highs.
Okay, I'm going into 200. I'm looking for 200. On Oanda. For you, I'm on Oanda CFDs. I don't know. I'm not going to look now, but I don't know whether it is on FXDM. FDXM, I should say, sorry. So you're already at 303. Fuck, there's a huge difference there, man.
Yeah.
Massive.
So I've been coming into the room. I want to see where the levels are, so I don't even, like the handles are, so I don't have to keep flicking.
Yeah, okay. Right. Well, we're what 20 points away from 200. So you're 330.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
at 325. I'll take it. It's the one that's
325
explained.
is about right. 325.
That'll be the gap close as well.
Yep. Yep. Nice. Don't be surprised if this goes up here to 220. It's just got to break this 15-minute 50, which is I reckon it's gonna struggle doing it. But anywho, I'm reduced my risk. Oh, I'm just a bit I'm less than BM, about 5 point. So if that turns over, then meh, whatever. It's really got to show some conviction to the upside right now. You break this high in here before it's, we're in the clear. But this is pretty significant resistance up in here, I would say, but we're still sorting it out. Anybody else take the long? That did move very quickly, guys, and when you've got a candle that far down, and it's moved basically 86 to 56, that's 30 points in the space of 30 seconds. Yep. If you're not experienced, don't do it, right? Oops, sorry guys. So that level up here looks like it's hard to get past now, which is that 190, 189, 190. Just got to wait for all of this to shake out, I guess. It's kind of a conflict, and for anybody new in the room, yeah, you're going to get conflicting signals literally all the time, right? So you've got to make a decision. Usually the wider time frame is the one that's going to be the stronger. It will trump the smaller time frame. So that's why we look at our 15 and 4 hour. But in saying that, and I've said this to some of the experienced guys as well, that this 4 hour candle's not finished, right? It can very easily turn over. But, this V-shaped reversal in here, the fact that we're so low, we've already had buyers in here, as I said earlier, it does look like it might want to go longer, go upwards more, okay? So that's why I think selling this, that FT50 is not really, it may hold it, don't know. This is why there's this battle here at the moment. Okay, it's between this level in here, FT50-ish, and this, we're rolling out. We're in an accumulation phase, so to speak. Okay, we've got liquidity grab in here. Okay, because there's the end of the liquidity. There's a grab in here, and it may be turning around. But because we're scalping down on the 1 minute chart, this is clearly why that is just up, down, okay? And we're hanging around that daily VWAP. So buying in here or selling in here, it's a 50-50 flip, right? This is why we look for a stretch, and we'll buy down at maybe the 50% fib, 618 fib, if you're looking for shorts, and they may be your targets, or looking for sells back up in here at 20, 200 or 20. But if this starts running, it looks like it's going to move past 200, then you don't want to be standing in front of the freight train. It's always a good idea, and this is what Tommy Hugard does. He'll wait until the end of the 15-minute candle and wait for the breakout before he starts trading it. Right, so I'm going to go take my stop into break even. So this is completely free trade now. Because it's not really showing any sign that there's no conviction in it yet. Okay, we're still at this battle zone. It's not a bad buy there on FTSE, sitting there at the daily VWAP. It's quite a big wick in there though. Big 15-minute wick as well in here on Footsie. Yep, this is one of those mornings where it's just going nowhere. Not like yesterday morning. Let's have a look at yesterday morning. This thing, it just took off yesterday. Let's have a look. So, yesterday, that was the open there. Yep, bam. Straight down to, let me just readjust that. Down to around about that 382.50 level. FTV 50 as well, and then it just took off to the upside. But because we're in a battle zone today between the two SR levels, well, there's two schools of thoughts going on at the moment. That's why I just can't make a decision. I think this may pull back first before it goes north. What we don't want to do is fall into a psychological trap where if you are, trying to go long and then you keep getting stopped because your stop's too tight, is to continue trading, right? It's best just to sit back. If you take a couple of losers in a row, just sit back, relax, maybe go do something else, let the thing play out a bit, so that you don't fall into the trap of or behavioural error by continuing clicking, right? So that's super dangerous. So two ideas that I've got. One is back into maybe the 50 and then up. Okay, let me just redo that. This may come back down into 50 and then up. And the 50, that 50 level coincides with kind of this in here. Okay, that's one. Okay, or this thing will just bounce along here a little bit further and then straight up. They're the two options, I reckon.
I prefer option number 3 where it just goes vertical now.
Of course you do. So you want that.
Yep. It's not too much to ask.
Sure, you don't ask for much, do you? And let me just call all the traders in the world. I'll send out a telegram to them all to buy.
Yeah, buy it.
Yep, just buy it. Everything you've got. And then some Swiss guy will be sitting there just going, ha ha ha, I've got them all. I didn't even get to the 1618 of this double bottom. That's pretty aggressive. I've got SR in here. So these bigger boys will be looking at that SR and just kind of just still buying all of that. Long-term 250 doesn't seem to be out of the question, does it? It's pretty messy in there, isn't it? I'm just going to get rid of this because it's annoying me. That's really messy. Let me just do this from fractal to fractal. I'm just not when trading sucks. With that, that's it there. Ew. Yep. Hugging the VWAP certainly is. So it's just battle zone. So guys, just sit on your hands. So maybe this FT50 on 15 might start winning the race. Maybe. Certainly completed enough fractals within that band. Looks like we might be pulling short, I reckon. So let me just put a marker where my entry and stop is, so that you guys know. I just don't want that thing on the trade symbol because it gets in my way. Yeah, it looks like I'm just about to be stopped. It has literally just kissed my exit. It just kissed the exit.
Did that collect you?
No, it didn't. I'm still in it by some fucking miracle, man. God, that never happens. That never ever happens.
It's your lucky day.
No, well, not yet, mate. Because look, it's just gone to the It's gone to the underside of VWAP and it's coming straight back, right? So, not yet. There's still buys in there, isn't there? So Pete, that's your trade in there if you were game, but because we've
short
been,
ball and mess up.
yeah, it's all over the top of it, up and down over it, so it's fair enough. You want it to come from a distance away from it, move past it, then go for it. But yeah. Well, this is the chance now. If it's going to move, if it's going to go, it's going to go now, right? If it doesn't go now, right? I'm at break even anyway, so it's not a big deal. Look at it, fucking hell. God, look how close it came. Oh my god. So what we want to see is we want to see these tops getting like conviction, like straight through here and then straight through the 200, and then we'll come up and we'll see 220. So where are we? Doesn't look like it though. Looks like a bunch of sellers up there now. It's going to be one of those days where it just goes between these 2 points for a while until it breaks out. So everybody who hasn't got a position on, got to wait for this to break out of these two zones. Okay, this 190 level and this 160 level before we're going to see anything, it moving in any direction. Now, if you were, a big player, very confident with what you were doing, you'd be selling this, buying this. But I think it's, because we've got the, if we take that as 0, A, B, C, D, maybe have another go at the bottom here, don't know. You could be arguing with me that it's already touched enough times up and down that it's time for this. The spring is compressed. It's a Bollinger squeeze, right? And it's going to break out pretty much now or on the next go to the downside. But if you look at that on a 5-minute chart, have a look at let's turn it to a 5-minute chart. Have a look. Look at it, wick up, wick down. So this is stuff that you just kind of want to stay away from. So for anybody new in the room, this is great for you to experience this your first time here, because this is basically nightmare stuff. Nobody likes trading this. And I don't blame it because, we've got to remember we are in that holiday, so maybe the volumes are smaller than normal. Let's just double check that. No, it's the same as yesterday. Yeah, it's kind of the same. Just on a visual basis. It's, still there. There you go. Buy the tops, sell the tops, buy the bottoms. This is going to make me exit now, I reckon. What you don't want to do is be caught buying up here and selling down here for breakouts, or coming in too early on for what you've perceived as it's going to break out. Okay, that's where you're going to get absolutely nailed. You kind of want to, always trade the pullback. CAD yen's looking good. Just about to get stopped out. Kissed again. God, it's my lucky day, mate. Yep, this is going to break now, I reckon. Still kissed. That's unbelievable. I must have it right in front of all the liquidity, or just behind the liquidity.
These are the types of trades where you just need to walk away from the computer because your head.
Yep, correct. It does. I'm going to take it after this, I'm going to be very cautious, because once all of the, the big boy day traders, have done their first hour, I don't think it's going to be massive. In saying that, we have had a lot of volume. I said that yesterday as well, but look, it moved 400 points. I think once it breaks, this thing's going to, move pretty hard. That's it, I'm out. Well, I'm just going to sit back now. I'm not enjoying this at all, for the obvious reasons. This will probably be the one now that it just goes straight up.
Yep. This is taking me out to the tick, so it'll most likely do that.
The worst thing that we can do right now is start chasing this thing around, okay? So just stop.
jumping off the computer for a bit. Come back
Yep.
in half and see what's going on.
I'm at 6:33 p.m. right now, so I'll probably go for another 15 minutes on this live broadcast. But I think everybody understands that this is, you don't want to start chasing this thing around the bush.
It's just a case of waiting for something clear now.
Yep.
There's nothing there.
Yep. So something around this 50 level maybe, or 618. I do think it's going to come down now. Okay. This is going to come into here or even into here.
No, I'll jump off for a bit.
All right,
Put
mate.
it in the chat.
See you later.
Later.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions?
Not really.
Nothing at the moment, mate.
What time are you gonna do Saturday?
10:30. It's in the
I was
You
on the thing.
you come if you want to. You come in to the office.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, you come into the office, and we'll do it like the last one. Okay, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Because your feedback is, it's probably what everybody else is asking. Okay,
Yeah.
it's good. Okay.
Alright, well, I'll probably speak to you tomorrow as well,
Yep. Righto.
because not much going on.
Okay. All right, guys. Yeah. Let's end it there. This may just do this now. Who knows? We don't know. I mean, that's very ugly. That until it breaks either side, clearly, definitely, it's not really worth trading this. And I don't want to start clicking at stuff. Well, I know that I've been in this situation a million times. Probably not a million, but enough times to know that when it looks like that, it's not worth it. Okay, so we're basically in this rectangle here. Here's our rectangle, and we've got battle zone in two directions. Until it moves away from this battle zone into another zone of confluence, then it will. It can certainly shift, but unless we're playing the game of selling top, buying bottoms, then we're going to get stung. So I'm a break even. Let me just put that in. I've had my go. So BE for today so far. I will be on for the rest of the night on the day traders chat. Okay. For everybody that's in here, okay, just who's watching, if you haven't already done this, go to day traders, go to notification settings and turn all of these, all of the main ones here on, turn them on, okay? Okay, make sure you get all the messages, okay? So it pings on your phone so that you know that when we're talking and when a message turns up, okay? If you haven't already as well, can you go to the general section, hello, general, and I'll be doing a seminar on Saturday.